Good morning, students. Once again, a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. Myself, Rashmin sir, imparting knowledge of English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Students, if you remember in my previous videos, we have already learnt the third lesson. When I ended the lesson, I promised you that in my next video we will discuss about the question answers and we would also begin a new lesson. Okay, so your new lesson in this video particularly is first lesson from your second book, that is Vistas. Okay, the title of the lesson is The Third Level, written by Jack Finney. Okay, but before we move into that lesson, let me discuss the question answers of the lesson Deep Water. Okay, so here students, you can see on a few pages also the questions are given. So first we would talk about those questions, then we would talk about the bigger questions. First question says, what is the misadventure that William Douglas speaks about? So misadventure means that incident when he was alone on the pool. Okay, he was waiting for the other boys to come because he did not know swimming, and at that time no other person came, but one very strong boy of 18 years of age, he came and he pushed him into the water without knowing whether he knew swimming or not. And since he did not know swimming, he was drowning, he was going under the water. So this was the dreadful misadventure for him. Okay, you can call it a dreadful experience also. He nearly died in that. Okay, because he could not come out of it so easily. Okay, second question is, what were the series of emotions and fears that Douglas experienced when he was thrown into the pool? What plans did he make to come to the surface? So when he was pushed into the pool, he was going down because of the gravitational force and he did not know swimming. So he was very much frightened. Okay, he was going inside in a sitting position. So he was very much frightened. He had swallowed a lot of water. Okay, and what else? He could not breathe, he could not shout. Okay, its throat also seemed to have choked. Okay, and then he thought that he would die. So here good thing was that he had not lost his presence of mind. So he just thought out of one strategy. If I want to save myself, when my feet touch the floor of the pool, I would hit hard so that I can jump up and come out like a cock. Then I would lie flat on the surface and then padding or just moving my hands and legs, I would try to reach the pool edge of the pool. So by catching the edge of the pool, then I would save myself. This was the plan he had thought out. Now third question is, how did his experience affect him? So finally he saved himself. Okay, he must have come up and some other people must have carried him, because in the third trial he had become unconscious. Okay, he was feeling that sort of peace and everything, so he had gone into that unconscious state, and he says that when he came back into consciousness, he found himself lying on the side of the pool. But this experience developed a deep rooted fear in him. So wherever he went, this fear just haunted him. He could not get rid of that fear. He could not, later on he could not even think of going to any place with water. And when he went to different places, everywhere those names of the places are given, everywhere that fear followed him. So now he could not enjoy canoeing, he could not enjoy boating, he could not enjoy fishing. All this water trips were just spoiled because of that fear. So that was the effect of that fear. Okay, now we just look at the other question. Okay, students, page 28, the question is, first question is, why was Douglas determined to get over his fear of water? Means why he was determined to overcome his fear. So as I told you in the previous answer only, wherever he went, first of all he could not think of going to any water place. But when he went to different water places, all the time that fear haunted him. And it spoiled all his trips. He could not enjoy fishing, different types of fish. He could not enjoy swimming. He could not enjoy canoeing. He could not enjoy even boating. In boating, he is in boat. Then also, all around him is water. and that water fear would not allow him to enjoy the trip. And that's why he was now determined. If I don't overcome my fear, I will never enjoy all this. So that's why he was just determined to overcome his fear. Okay, how did the instructor build a swimmer out of Douglas? So when our author Douglas, he hired one instructor for swimming training, that was the right step taken by him, because he had tried himself, but then also that fear would not allow him. So the trainer just tied one belt around his waist and then connected the belt with a rope. Rope was going through the pulley and the other end was held by the instructor. Then he was just moving him through that pulley back and forth, and this continued for 3 months, and after that only his fear began to reduce. Then he taught him how to go inside and exhale and how to come out and inhale. Okay, he also taught him later different types of swimming. Okay, breaststroke, side stroke, crawl stroke, all those things were taught by him to the author. And finally he put all these pieces together and asked him to swim from one end of the pool to the other. And when he swam that, after that only we can say that he made a swimmer out of Douglas, but he was not a perfect swimmer. He has just learnt swimming. Okay, he has not got mastery over it. But the instructor did his job this way. Okay, how now your third question is, how did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? So the instructor had done his job, but then also the author was not satisfied. Now he could go into the water, into the pool and swim from one end to the other end. But the problem was that fear would still be there. Okay, there were many doubts and that fear would not allow him to swim freely. So the author himself only just tried now. Now he was going a sort of practice everywhere because he wanted to master it. Understood? So students, he was going for a sort of practice. And he practiced it first in the swimming pool, then he went to those two different islands and he swam across those two islands for about 2 miles. Okay, this is how he went on swimming at different places and challenged the fear, and finally he got rid of it. Okay, completely. So this is how he conquered the old terror. Okay, now if you see the understanding text question, in that first one, how does Douglas make clear to the reader the sense of panic that gripped him as he almost drowned? Describe the details that have made the description vivid. So students, it is there in the first part only, when he was pushed into the water. Okay, he suddenly started going down. He swallowed a lot of water. He was very much frightened because of water. There was nobody around him. Okay, he was suffocating. He could not breathe. Okay, he saw death from very near. He thought that his end is quite near. But luckily the presence of mind he had, through which he was trying to save himself. He made a strategy also. If I hit hard on the bottom of the floor, bottom of the pool, then I would come up like a cock. Then I would float, and then through wading I would go to the side of the pool, and this is how I would save myself. But after 2 unsuccessful attempts, in the third attempt he became unconscious. But when he came into the consciousness, he was lying on the side of the pool. So students, this is the description of it is this. Okay, you can still add some points from the text. Second question, how did Douglas overcome his fear of water? So he hired one instructor. The instructor taught him how he should swim. He also taught him different types of swimming. He first tied a rope. All those things would come, which I just told you. And then he himself went to the different places. First he started practicing that swimming in swimming pool. Then he went to those 2 islands. There also he swam for 2 miles. And this is how he perfected his swimming. Okay. Then students, why does Douglas as an adult recount a childhood experience of terror and his conquering of it? What larger meaning does he draw from this experience? Okay. So, students, you see, the fear caused by drowning just made everything impossible for him. All his water trips were spoiled because of that fear. So, he was desperate to just conquer that fear, and he did the right job by hiring one instructor. Okay, hire. Okay, so the stark terror he was feeling, now he wanted to overcome that, and for that he hired one instructor, learned different types of swimming, and finally he what got rid of it through solid practice. He practiced in the pool also, he practiced at the natural different places, okay, from one island to another, then he went to that lake also, and then now he doesn't have a drop of fear in him. And then he says that, as President Roosevelt said, that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Okay, we should not be afraid of anything else. We should just be afraid of the fear itself, and it is having a larger meaning because many of us have different types of fear, students. But if we don't face that situation, we can never overcome those fears. Understood? That's why it is said, students, that in the larger meaning, if you see this, then you face the challenge of your life, especially which are fearful to you. If you don't face them, you will never learn them. I know many people, students, who never tried cycling when they were young. Okay, so they never tried cycling, they never tried two-wheeler. At this age also, if they want to go anywhere, they will go walking or by auto. Even if you offer them two-wheeler, they will not, because they don't know riding, so they never tried it. On the contrary, I know many other children, okay, since my childhood, I know many other children, they would go for the rented bicycle. In my time, that time, what rented bicycle was given, 1 hour 20 paise, 30 paise, like that. So they would get that bicycle on rent, and then they would just ride it. In that, they fell down many times, but now they are perfect riders. They can ride the two-wheeler also, four-wheeler also, and all those who did not try, they don't know how to ride. So if you don't face the challenge, if you don't try to master it, you will never learn it. So this is the experience that we learn. Okay, this is the main message the lesson is giving to us. Okay, you just go and face the challenges, then only you can just overcome them. If you don't face them, if you don't try to master them, then you will never learn it, and that fear will remain with you all your life. Understood? So students, with that we just complete the question answers of this lesson, and as I told you, today we are going to begin your first lesson from your second book, that is Vistas. The title of the lesson is The Third Level, written by Jack Finney. Now here you come across a few characters. The main character is Charlie. Okay, here the lesson talks about his strange experience. Okay, he seems to have gone in the world 100 years ago. Suppose this is 2020, he seems to be living in 1920. So that is why he does that. Normally it is considered, in psychology it is considered as a way of defense mechanism. Okay, when you feel insecure, when you feel some worries, when you feel some tension, you try to run away from that. So here it is a sort of runaway by Charlie. The modern world is such, students, that we are faced with so many tensions, worries, okay, dangers, and sometimes we feel that we should run away from all these things and go to the previous world where there was not so much tension, people were quite free. Okay, students, still I believe that the earlier people who lived before us, I am talking about my parents' time, okay, they were leading a very good life. There are few points, okay, which can prove that they were leading a very good life. First of all these materialistic facilities were not available. So they were simply happy with one job, with limited salary. Just they were getting 2 times meal, they were happy with that. They were living in unity in the house. All were just united in the family. So that was a very good life. Plus, in their time, you see, things were of pure quality. These days, you get what? The things with a lot of mixtures in that. If you purchase any food item, in that also oil, simply edible oil. Edible oil, if you go to purchase, then also it will have many more mixtures. So many chemicals are added in that. Okay, milk. So that person, milkman, might add a lot of water in that. So milk also you are not getting pure. Ghee. Okay, sometimes if you purchase ghee, in summer also it is hard. Otherwise, summer heat would melt everything. So ghee should be in the melted form. But in summer also it is hard. So you see that it is not a pure ghee. It is just a mixture of something else. Okay. So in those days, students, they were getting everything in pure form. And that's why they were getting nutritious food, which was just increasing their immunity. Okay. Right now, I can say my mother is the best example. She is just 78 years of age. But at this age also, she does all the household works. Okay. She does all the household works. And on the contrary, I see some of the women of 40s and 30s, okay, almost of my age, they get tired very soon. They go for different types of treatments, they go for different types of medicines. My mother doesn't take even a single pill, okay, single tablet, she doesn't take. Because in her time, she had taken what? Pure food. Sometimes if I purchase certain things, she easily, instantly identifies that this is the mixture, this is not in pure form. Understood? So students, we can say their life was much more better. Here Charlie also feels that this modern life is full of worries, tension and all that. So let me go into the past life. So he's not purposely going into the past life, but it is an escape from him, for him. Understood? We will read out the lesson and then we can know it in a better way. Lesson 1, the third level, Jack Finney. Have you ever had any curious experience which others find hard to believe? Okay, so this is a curious experience of Charlie. He goes on telling others, कि I saw that thing. Arey, how can you say you saw it? That time you were not born only. 100 years ago, were you born? And you are saying that 100 years ago, I met President Roosevelt. I just went into this strait. That time they had like these trains, but were you born at that time? So people don't find it easy to believe, people find it hard to believe. How is it possible? You are just 30 years of age, you are just 40 years of age, and you are talking about the 100-year-old incident where you were still there, present over there. If your age is 30 or 40 years, how could you be present in the previous world 100 years ago? Understood? So students, here we will begin the lesson. Already we have taken a lot of time in the question answers of that lesson, deep water. So in my next video, students, we will just talk about this lesson in detail. I would explain to you line wise. Kindly just pay attention to it. For the time being, you prepare your question answers and read the whatever lessons we complete, read them thoroughly. Once again, I remind you that fill-ups, rectification, punctuation marks, like those questions are asked from your Flamingo lessons only. Okay, so don't only prepare question answers, but also go through the lessons well. So anytime that thing is asked, any of these questions, it should strike you that I have seen this, there was question mark, I have seen this, there was comma. Understood? Rectification also you can do it by just remembering the lesson. So you go through the lesson once again at home, you will enjoy it. Okay, till that time, thank you, have a good day.